Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya-madhyamam Asmadacharya-paryantam Vande Guru-paramparam. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Vamsha Rishibhyo Namo Gurubhyaha. We were in the last Brahmanam of the third chapter, and here after the Hiranyagarbha Upasana was given in the form of 8 Purushas, that is, the Hiranyagarbha itself is manifest as 8 different Purushas. Each Purusha is having a certain ayatana and also Jyoti, a mind, and Devata, which is supposed to be its Karana or source. So with all this, we saw the 8 different manifestations of the Hiranyagarbha. After that, Yajnavalkya actually makes fun of Shakalya, saying that Yajnavalkya himself is like a burning charcoal and the Brahmanas do not want to handle him directly. They are afraid of him. Therefore, they have pushed Shakalya in front to confront him, like the tongs are used to hold a charcoal which is burning. So he says that Shakalya is like that tong. Now, on hearing this, Shakalya doesn't like that. In fact, he says that you have insulted the Brahmanas of the Kuru and Panchala by saying that they are afraid of you and they have put me in front instead of them directly dealing you. And being a Brahmajnani, is this what you will do or you are doing? Is it correct or something like that? So, are you a Brahmajnani means? Then Yajnavalkya says that the Brahmajnanam I have is, now he is again going to talk about the manifestation of Brahman as everything. So he says that now I know all the quarters, Disho Veda Sadevaha Sapratishtaha. So I know all the directions, all the quarters along with their devatas and the support of those devatas also. And then Shakalya continues questioning him. He asks him, if you know this, okay, yad disho vedha sadevaha sapratishtaha, then he continues the questioning. Then he asks Yajnavalkya, which is what we came up to this 19 in the last class. So he is asking now, kim devataha asyam prachyam dishyasi iti aditya devata iti sa adityaha kasmin pratishtitaha iti chakshushi iti kasmin chakshuh pratishthitam iti rupeshu iti chakshusha hi rupani pashyati kasmin rupani pratishtitani iti hridaye iti hovacha. So now our Shakalya is asking, which is the devata for the east, the direction of east. So which is the devata? And Yajnavalkya is saying Aditya is the devata for the east, the Prachyam. Okay. And then Yajnavalkya has already said that I know the devata along with their pratishtha, correct? Sapratishtha. So Shakalya is also asking, what is the pratishtha of this, or where is this Aditya devata being supported? Okay, kasmin pratishtitaha means, he says, means supported. Pratishtitaha means what is the karana we have to take, because Bhashyakara also will say in the Bhashya, the karya karana bhava is brought here also. So where did this Aditya come from means from the eyes, it is said, chakshushi iti. Already, in fact, previously also we saw this, correct? Chakshu, Suryo, Ajayata, like that it is there in the Purusha Sukta also. So the Chakshush is the Karana for Aditya. And further he keeps asking, where is this Chakshush itself supported? Means what is the Karana of the Chakshush means? Then it is continuing, Rupeshu iti. The colors themselves are the Karana for Chakshush, because for seeing the colors only the Chakshur Indriya is there. Rupani, the colors themselves, where they are, means they are in the Hridaya. So, Hridaye iti hovacha, Hridayena hi Rupani janati. So, through your, here Hridaya means both mind and buddhi together are called Hridaya. So, only in the Hridaya, there are samskara, as impressions, and then they are recognized there. So, Hridayena hi Rupani janati, because only through the mind one knows the color, and therefore the colors themselves are there in the heart or in the mind and buddhi. Iti. So up to this, once Yajnavalkya says, then Shakalya says, Evam eva yetad Yajnavalkya. It is like this only. It is in this manner only. Whatever you have said is correct. So like this, this first direction about which this whole Vakya is. We will quickly see the Bhashya. Kim devataha ka devata asya tava digbhutasya. So here one interesting thing is, when Yajnavalkya says that I know the deva, the diks and their devatas and pratishtha, means here knowing means he has done that upasana. And when you do an upasana like this, it is that you yourself identify with that. So you have now become the eastern direction along with the devata for that eastern direction, etc. So that's why tava dik bhutasya, like this Bhashyakara also is saying, and later on he will say that, we'll see. So what is that devata for which you have become this direction? You yourself have become this eastern direction, or you are identifying with that, means identifying with everything in that direction also, it means. Because all these upasanas finally should give you a sarvatma bhava. That is the idea of these upasana. So Bhashyakara explains that further. Asauhi Yajnavalkya Hridayam Atmanam Dikshu Panchadha Vibhaktam Digatma Bhutam. So Bhashyakara is saying this Yajnavalkya, his Hridaya or his mind itself we have to take, and Buddhi is divided into 5 diks, because all the directions are actually ending in his Hridaya only, because you can see here in each of this case, this Pratishtita, final Pratishtha is the Hridaya. So first is in the case of East, the Rupas, the colors are in the Hridaya, like that it ends. The next ones also it will end like that only. So everything will end in the Hridaya. In fact, that's what Bhashyakara said here. If you see here, Atmani upasamharartham aha. So adhuna digvibhagena panchada pravibhaktasya Atmani upasamharartham aha. Here Atmani means the Hridaya only. So all the things which are there in the different directions, they are all actually ending, or they are all being supported only in your Hridaya. That is the upasana here. So for Yajnavalkya, each and every direction is there in his Hridaya only. It is all divided in his Hridaya. And he himself is Digatma Bhutam, Bhashyakara says. He is in the form of each and every direction and everything which is there in that direction. So that's what he says further. See, Tad Dwarena Sarvam Jagat Atmatvena Upagamya. So Yajnavalkya is seeing the entire world as himself only. In himself, he himself has become this world, and it is all there in him only. Sarva Bhuteshu Atmanam, Sarva Bhutani Cha Atmani, like that. Even in Gita it is there. Correct? So that is his drishti. So from that drishti only, Yajnavalkya is now talking about this upasana. So Bhashyakara says that, see, aham asmi digatma iti vyavasthitaha. So he is there. I am the self of this dig also, and everything which is there in that particular direction. With this jnanam only, Yajnavalkya is now facing the east. Purvabhimukhaha. So facing the east. And then what? So Sapratishtha Vachana. Also, Yajnavalkya said that he knows the dik along with its devata and the pratishtha. That is the pratigna. That is how he started, correct? That's how he said when Shakalya asked him, is this the Brahman you knew? He says, I know all the directions. Like that only he started, correct? So, and along with the devata and the pratishtha. So that pratigna he has done. So yatha Yajnavalkyasya pratigna tathaiva prichati. So in keeping with Yajnavalkya's pratigna only, in keeping with that, now Shakalya is asking, what is the devata first? So kim devataha tvam asyam dishyasi iti. So which is the devata you are seeing in this east means? This is the question. Now Bhashyakara further explains. Bhashyakara said this Yajnavalkya is now seeing the entire Jagat as himself, correct? And also this particular dik also, the self of the direction also is myself only. Like this is his visualization or his understanding. Now, what is the basis on which Bhashyakara is saying that? That also is giving here. Sarvatra hi vede yam yam devatam upaste ihaiva tad bhutaha. So this is a big statement. So he says, in the Veda, wherever you do an upasana on any devata, in fact, if you have done proper upasana, means you become that devata here itself. Ihaiva tad bhutaha, it says. Tam tam pratipadyate. So you attain that devatatvam here itself, and in fact that is said in the Brhadaranyaka itself, later in the 4th chapter, tatacha vakshyati. So it is said the same thing. What is that? Devo bhutva devan apyeti. So the one who does the upasana, being that deva only, he attains that deva or that devatatvam, you have to say, correct? So Yajnavalkya is right now this, when he looks at the east, he identifies himself with that direction, and even that devata he has attained by that, and he is the Atma of that devata. So continuing what Bhashyakara says, Asyam prachyam ka devata digatmanaha tava adhishthatri. So what is the devata? The devata itself is the Atma of the dik or the direction or the self of that direction, or means the devata is the one who identifies with that direction, correct? Who has the self identity with that direction, and who is the adhishtatri means who is the adhisthana also for in that direction, who is the substratum and all people call for adhisthana. Basically, who is the support, who is there as that direction. So kaya devataya tvam prachi dig rupena sampannaha ityartaha. So Bhashyakara further explains that as what devata you are there in this eastern direction. So when you are looking at the eastern direction, you are connected to this eastern direction as which devata, he is asking. Okay. Then Yajnavalkya says, okay, that is Bhashyakara says as itaraha. So once Shakalya asks about the devata, Yajnavalkya is saying Aditya devata iti prachyam dishi mama adityaha devata taha aham aditya devataha. So in the eastern direction, for me what? Aditya is the devata. In fact, I am there as the Aditya devata. That is the answer. That is how we have to understand. So soham Aditya devateti. So I am that in the form of the Aditya devata in the eastern direction. So sadevaha ityetat uktam sapratishta iti tu vaktavyam iti aha. So whatever he said in the pratigna that I know the direction along with the deva, that devata part has been now answered. Now the pratishtha part has to be said. So again, Shakalya continues with his questioning. Sa Adityaha Aditya Devataha iti. Sorry. Sa Adityaha Kasmin Pratishtitaha iti. So Shakalya now asks, what is the Pratishta, or where is this Aditya Devata resting? Okay. Means Chakshushiti, in the eyes. And Bhashyakara says, Adhyatmataha Chakshushaha Adityaha Nishpannaha iti hi mantra brahmana vadaha. So now Bhashyakara is quoting the Shruti. He says that with reference to the Atma, or the body mind sense complex, eyes are where the Aditya Devata are coming from there only. They are born from there. That is said in the different mantras and Brahmana Vakyas also. So he is quoting the both the mantra and Brahmana, correct? For mantra portion, he is quoting the Rik Samhita, which this Rik also comes in the Purusha Sukta, correct? Chaksho, Suryo, Ajayata, that he is quoting. For Brahmana, he is quoting Chakshushaha Adityaha. This Aitreya Upanishad is there. In that it is there. So Ityadayaha. So, and further he explains, Karyam hi karane pratishtitam bhavati. So the effect alone rests on the cause. Means what? The effect is there in the cause, means cause itself is appearing as the effect basically. So here the Aditya Devata is there in the eyes, means the eyes are appearing as Aditya. So Aditya is the Karya, the Chakshus becomes the Karana here. And further we are going to ask, what is the Karana for Chakshus? So Kasmin Chakshuf Pratishtitam iti, means they are there in the Rupa, Rupeshu iti, in the colors only. And how can we say that? Rupa Grahanaya hi Rupatmakam Chakshuhu Rupena Prayuktam. So the Chakshush itself is in the form of the colors only. And in fact, the colors impel them, or colors are using them. The purpose of the eyes is to see the colors, correct? That is the idea. So yairhi rupaihi prayuktam tair atmagrahanaya arabdham chakshuhu. So this the colors only have, from the colors the chakshus have come. For what purpose? In fact, the colors themselves have created the eyes so that the eyes can see them. That is the idea here. Atma Grahanaya Chakshuhu Arabdham means the eyes have been created from the colors for the purpose of grasping the colors. Like this. Therefore, eyes are in the colors. And now Bhashyakara is summarizing everything. He says, Tasmat Sadityam Chakshuhu Saha Pratyadisha Saha Tatstaihi Sarvaihi Rupeshu Pratishtitam. So what he is saying is, starting with the eyes, from that along with the Aditya Devata, and also along with the eastern direction, and all the things, all the colors in that direction, everything. All the things in that direction, everything is there in the Rupa, in the colors only. And Chakshusha Saha Prachi Dik Sarvaha Rupa Bhuta Tanicha Kasmin Rupani Pratishtitani iti. So now the eyes, along with the eastern direction and everything which is there in the eastern direction, they are all in the form of colors. And these colors themselves, where are they coming from, or where are they resting? Okay. Kasmin Rupani Pratishtitani, because Rupani is plural, Pratishtitani. Now Hridaye iti hovacha, in the heart only. In fact, when I look at this, every day during Rudram chanting, we chant this in the Laghunyasa, we chant, correct? Hridayam Mayi Aham Amrite Amritam Brahmani. And then we say, Suryo me chakshushishritaha chakshur hridaye hridayam mayi aham amrite amritam brahmani. It is the same thing, correct? In fact, whenever I chant that, I look upon it like some kind of a upasana only. That visualization is very beautiful there. So the same thing here. So there also Suryo me chakshushi shritaha. So Surya is in the chakshus, and chakshus itself is where it is hridayamai. And the hridaya itself what? And and I am where I am means I am in Amrita. Aham Amrite, Amritam Brahmani. And Amrita means actually it is there only in Brahman. So basically it is a Mahavakya only. Aham Brahmasmi, but with reference to each and everything in the world. So that is how it is presented. For the same purpose only, this upasana also is presented here. So Hridaya iti hovacha, Hridaya arabdhani rupani. So the colors are all coming from mind, from your intellect only. Rupakarena hi hridayam parinatam. So only it's all manovritti only, correct? Mind, it's a state of mind, you can say, or a modification of the mind. So all these colors are also manovritti. So mind only has modified and become a particular color. And yasmat hridayena hi rupani sarvaha lokaha janati. So only through the mind, the buddhi, everybody knows the colors. So it is all finally the colors themselves are in the hridaya only. And Bhashyakara explains here, hridayamiti buddhi manasi eki kritya nirdeshaha. So both mind and intellect, both of them, buddhi and manas together are considered here as hridayam, he says. And therefore what? Tasmat hridaye hyeva rupani pratishtitani. So therefore in the hridaya, in your mind and intellect only, the colors are there. That's where it is cognized. And that's where it is recognized also from your memory. So hridayena hi smaranam bhavati rupanam vasanatmanam. So rupas are also there in your smriti, correct? In your chitta, in the form of impressions. That's how you recognize them. This is this color, etc. So it is all there in the hridaya. Tasmat hridaye rupani pratishtitani ityarthaha. So only in the hridaya the colors are all there. So first you start from eastern direction, and then along with the devata and its pratishtha, etc., everything finally ends in the pratishtha. Final pratishtha is the hridaya. So one direction is over. Evam etad yajnavalkya means okay. Evam eva etad yajnavalkya means it is indeed in this manner only, like this Shakalya affirms. Next what? Kim devataha asyam dakshinayam drishyasi iti. So for south, now he is asking, Yama devata iti. So Yama is the devata for south. Sa Yamaha kasmin pratishtitaha. Where is Yama resting means yajna, in the yajna. So Yama is there in the yajna. And where does yajna itself rest? Kasminu yajnaha pratishtitaha iti means dakshinayam iti, in the dakshina, whatever you give, correct? Because without giving dakshina, you cannot get the ritvik. And without the ritviks, you cannot do any yajna. So the yajna itself is dependent on the yajamana giving the dakshina. So the yajna is there in the dakshina. And kasminu dakshina pratishtita iti. And where does this dakshina rest means? Shraddhaya, in one's shraddha only. Because with shraddha only you give the dakshina, correct? Without shraddha, you will not start anything. The shraddha is the reason for everything, in fact, particularly with reference to all the Vedic karma. In fact, one particular karma we call shraddha, which we do with reference to our Pitra, because even there everything is purely based on shraddha, correct? That you are pouring some water with this tila, correct? With sesame seeds, and you are offering water that goes to your ancestors. This is all purely shraddha. So, in fact, most of the karma for which the phala is not right now, immediately, it is all only indirect knowledge, even assuming or accepting it as knowledge. It is all based on Shraddha. So, Upanishad itself says that Yada hi eva Shraddhatte Atha Dakshinam Dadati. So, one who has Shraddha alone, only when you have Shraddha, you give Dakshina. Shraddhayam hi eva Dakshina Pratishtita iti. Therefore, in Shraddha only the Dakshina is there. And Kasminnu Shraddha Pratishtita iti. And where does the Shraddha rest means it is there in the Hridaya again. So again it ends in the Hridaya. Hridayeti. Oh, Hridaya nahi Shraddham janati. So only in the Hridaya again Shraddha also is a state of mind, and it is there, it is known in your Hridaya only. Hridaye hi eva Shraddha pratishtita bhavati iti evam eva etat yajnavalkya. So in the Hridaya only the Shraddha is there, and it is in this manner only indeed. Like this, Shakalya says. Now let us quickly see the Bhashya. Kim devataha asyam dakshinayam dishyasi iti purvavati dakshinayam dishi ka devata tava. So what is the devata with which you identify in the southern direction, and along with everything which is there in the southern direction means that devata is Yama devata iti. Yamaha devata mama dakshina digbhutasya. So here for the south, Yama is the devata. Yamaha devata mama dakshina digbhutasya. So in the dakshina dik, I am in the form of Yama, and that Yama, where is he resting, or what is the karana? Kasmin pratishtitaha iti yajnaha iti. Yajna is the karana for Yama. So yajne karane pratishtitaha Yama, Yamaha saha disha, along with the direction, the Yama devata is there in the yajna. Yajna is the karana for Yama. And how can this yajna be a karana and Yama be the karya of the yajna? So katham punaha yajnasya karyam Yama iti uchyate. And what is that? Ritvik bihi nishpaditaha yajnaha. So the yajna itself is performed by the Ritviks, and dakshinaya yajamanaha tebhyaha yajnam nishkriyaha. So the Yajamana, by giving dakshina only, he makes this Ritviks perform this yajna. This activity is taking place. Tena yajnena dakshinam disham saha yamena abhijayati. And by doing that yajna only, along with the dakshina disha and everything which is there in the dakshina disha, and Yama, the devata also is born from the yajna. Like this, Bhashyakara says. So tena yajne Yamaha karyatvat pratishtitaha saha dakshinaya disha. So along with the southern direction, this Yama is born out of the yajna. Therefore Yama is the karya, and he is resting in the yajna. Like this it is said. Kasminnu yajnaha pratishtitaha iti dakshinayam iti. So where does this yajna itself rest means it is there, it is resting in the dakshina which is given by the Yajamana. Dakshinaya sa nishkriyate. So only by giving dakshina one can do this yajna. Tena dakshina karyam yajnaha. Therefore yajna itself becomes the karya of dakshina. And kasmin dakshina pratishtita iti. And where is this dakshina itself resting means only in your mind which has shraddha. So you should have shraddha, shraddhayam iti. And shraddha nama, what is shraddha? Bhashyakara himself explains. Ditsutvam. Now ditsu means dhatu michuhu, one who desires to give something, correct, or perform something. And this desire itself, and what kind of desire, or along with the desire, what is there? Astikya buddhihi bhakti sahita ditsutvam. So Bhashyakara says, what is shraddha? According to him, the desire to give, along with the understanding that whatever is said in the Veda, it is all there, correct? Astikya buddhi. That Veda is a pramana. That is the Astikya buddhi. And along with that, certain devotion also is there. Your attitude is of a devotion. So a devotional astikya buddhi, along with that your desire to give, that is the shraddha here. And where does the shraddha itself rest means? Katam tasyam pratishtita dakshina. Okay. Yasmat. Okay. How is this dakshina there in the shraddha? That is the question now. Means the Shruti itself answers that, correct? Yasmat yada hi eva shraddhatte atha dakshinam dadati. So because only when somebody has the shraddha, they give the dakshina. Na ashraddadhat dakshinam dadati. So the one who does not have shraddha does not give dakshina. Tasmat shraddhayam hi eva dakshina pratishtita iti. So therefore, only in the shraddha, the dakshina itself is there. And kasmin shraddha pratishtita iti. So where does the shraddha rest? Hridaye iti hovacha. Again, everything ends in the hridaya only. That is the whole idea of this dig upasana. So hridayasya hi vrittihi shraddha. So shraddha also is a hridaya vritti or mano vritti only. Because it is a hridaya vritti, hridayena hi shraddham janati. In the hridaya only the shraddha is born. Vrittischa vrittimati pratishtita bhavati. And the vritti or a modification belongs to the one in which that modification takes place, correct? So in this case, this is a mano vritti or a hridaya vritti, means it is there in the hridaya only. Therefore, the shraddha itself is a karya and the karana is the hridaya. So tasmat hridaye hi eva shraddha pratishtita bhavati iti. And evam eva etad yajnavalkya. So it is indeed only in this manner, like this. Shakalya accepts that. And next again he continues questioning for the next direction. Kim devata asyam pratichyam dishyasi iti varuna devataha iti sa varunaha kasmin pratishtitaha iti apsu iti kasminnu apaha pratishtitaha iti retasi iti kasminnu retaha pratishthitam iti hridaye iti tasmadapi pratirupam jatam ahuhu hridayadiva sriptaha hridayadiva nirmitaha iti hridaye hyeva retaha pratishthitam bhavati iti evam eva etad yajnavalkya. So now the next direction. Okay, so pratichi. And what is this pratichi? Means it is west. Okay, so with the west direction, with which devata do you identify? So what are you identified with in the west means? Now Yajnavalkya says Varuna devataha. So I am identified with the Varuna. And Varuna, where is he coming from, or where is he resting means in the waters. So again for this, in fact for the previous Yama, Bhashyakara didn't quote any Shruti. So I don't know whether any Shruti is there. So he just did not quote anything. But in this case, he will again quote Taittiriya Samhita to show that Varuna is from the Apaha. In fact, in that Hridayam Mai, which that I told you, correct? There also it is there, correct? If you see Hridayam Mai Aham Amrite Amritam Brahmani Apo Me Retasi Shritaha Reto Hridaye Hridayam Mai Aham Amrite Amritam Brahmani. So this Apo Me Retasi Shrita part is there. There also the same thing is coming here. Varuna Devata is there in waters, and that water itself is there in Retas, it is said. Retasi iti. Retas means seed or sperm, and then that Retas itself, where it is there means that also is there in the Hridaya only. Okay, and Bhashyakara says that is because Kamaha Hridayasya Vrittihi. So where does the Retas come from means it is coming from a certain lust or desire. That desire is there in the Hridaya only, and therefore Hridaya, again this also ends up in the Hridaya. And the Shruti again talks about, it is giving some reasons also why the Retas is in the Hridaya means that whatever child when it is born, it is as though it is born from the heart of the father, it seems. So, tasmadapi prati rupam jatam. So the child who is born is like the father only, and the child is as though sprung from the heart of the father. Hridayadiva sriptaha, hridayadiva nirmitaha. So he is born out of the heart only. Therefore, hridaye hyeva retaha pratishtitam. So the retas is there in the hridaya again. Bhavati iti evam eva etad yajnavalkya. So it is in this manner only. So let us quickly see the Bhashya here. Kim devataha asyam pratichyam dishyasi iti tasyam varunaha adidevata mama. So Varuna is the adidevata in the west. So Varunaha kasmin pratishtitaha. Where is the Varuna resting means apsu, in water. Apam hi Varunaha karyam. So Varuna is a karya of the waters. Apaha. And Shraddha va apaha. Shraddhataha Varunam asrijata. Like this two Taitriya Samhita Shruti are there. So Shraddha is waters, and from the Shraddha only Varuna came. Therefore Varuna is the karya of waters. Kasminnu apaha pratishtita. Where does this water rest means retasi. Retasihi apaha srishta. This also is again Taitriya Samhita only. There is a Shruti where it is said that waters come from retas. And kasminnu retaha pratishtitam iti. Where does this retaha rest means, or where is it coming from? Hridaye iti, from the heart only. Yasmat hridayasya karyam retaha. So the retas also is a karya of the hridaya. And how Bhashyakara explains, kamaha hridayasya vrittihi. So kama again is a modification of your mind only. Kaminaha hi hridayat retaha adiskandanti. So only the one who is with desire, correct, or lust. So from that person, hridaya only the retas is coming out. So tasmadapi pratirupam anirupam putram jatamahuhu laukikaha. So therefore, because of that only what? Pratirupam means anurupam. In keeping with the form of the father only, the child is there. Okay, child is in the form of the newborn child. In fact, is like the father, and it closely resembles the father, correct? And it is like he has sprung from the father. Asya pituhu hridayadiva ayam putraha sriptaha vinisritaha. Means the child has sprung up from the hridaya of the father, or hridayadiva nirmitaha yatha suvarnena nirmitaha kundalaha. Or it is like the son is born from the heart, like even the kundala, that is a jewelry, correct? Earring is born out of the gold, like even the earring is born out of the gold. The child is born out of father's heart only, it is said here. So therefore, tasmad hridaye hi eva retaha pratishtitam bhavati. So the retas is resting in the hridaya again. So hridaya is the resting place here also, along with the direction, that devata, all that. Okay, that is the upasana. So it is in this manner only. That is again affirmed by Shakalya. Then finally, Kim devataha asyam udichyam dishyasi iti. Soma devataha iti. Sa somaha kasmin pratishtitaha iti. Dikshayam iti. Kasminnu diksha pratishtita iti. Satyeti. Tasmadapi dikshitam ahuhu satyam vada iti. Satyehi eva diksha pratishtita iti. Kasminnu satyam pratishtitam iti hridaye iti. Hovacha hridayena hi satyam janati hridaye hi eva satyam pratishtitam bhavati iti evameva etat yajnavalkya. So next is the north. Okay. So udichyam, and in the north, with which devata Yajnavalkya is identified with? Means it is the Soma devata or Chandra, correct? So Chandra devata, Soma is also Chandra, or there is that Soma plant also is there. Soma res, means Soma is resting in Diksha. Now Diksha means this Diksha is what Diksha means, an initiation, correct? If you are, when we say mantra Diksha, means you are initiated into a mantra. So this Soma or the Chandra Devata is resting in Diksha. Again, for this there is no quotation and all that. Bhashyakara also doesn't have, I think. We have to just take whatever the Upanishad is saying here. And this Diksha itself, what is the Pratishtha of the Diksha? Its Pratishtha is in Satya, in truth. Okay. In fact, that's why they say, it is the Upanishad is saying, Tasmadapi Dikshitam Ahuhu. So the one who has been initiated, or to the one who is initiated, they say this. What is they say? Satyam Vada, Dharmam Chara, and all is there in Taittiriya Upanishad also. So for the one who is initiated into Brahmacharya or anything else here, first thing we say is tell the truth, Satyam Vada. And therefore, in any initiation, Satyam Vada is important. So Satye Hieva Diksha Pratishtita iti. Therefore, this Diksha, this initiation itself rests on Satya. And where does this Satya rest again means? It is in the Hridaya only. Satyam also is there in Hridaya. Because only in the Hridaya, through the mind and the intellect, we know what is Satyam, what is the truth. So Hridayena hi Satyam Janati, Hridaye hyeva Satyam Pratishtitam. Therefore, Satyam also is in the Hridaya. So like this, all these four directions are ending in the Hridaya. So Kim Devataha Asyam Udityam Dishyasi iti Soma Devata iti. So Soma is the Devata with which Yajnavalkya is identified. Soma iti Latam, Somam Devatam, the Soma creeper, which is the Lata, and also the Soma Devata is Chandra. In fact, in that Hridayamayi thing, Chandrama me manasi shritaha mano hridaye hridayamayi aham amrite amritam brahmani, like that it is there. But here instead of manas, the Diksha is said here. Okay, so the Chandra Devata, the Soma Devata, the Sa Somaha Kasmin Pratishtitaha iti means Dikshayam iti, in the Diksha. So Dikshitaha hi Yajamanaha Somam Krinati. That Yajamana alone can go and buy the Soma for the purpose of the Soma Yaga. So Dikshitaha hi Yajamanaha Somam Krinati. Kritena Somena Ishtva Jnanavan Uttaram Disham Pratipadyate. So the one who has bought this Soma, and with that Soma, Ishtva means he has done the Yajanam, correct? He has done the Ishti, the Yaga, and then, so by doing that Yaga only, and also Jnanavan means he has done Upasana. Both Karma and Upasana, the Yajamana does. Jnanavan Uttaram Disham Pratipadyate. Then he attains this direction of the north, or his identity with the direction of the north. Okay, the Yajamana himself becomes the direction, and also again has identity with the Soma Devata. Okay, so Soma Devata Adhishtitam Saumya Pratipadyate. So he has his identity with the Soma Devata also. And whatever is Saumya means whatever is presided over by the Soma Devata here. So he attains all that. Everything which is there in the northern direction along with the Devata and whatever is there under that Devata. So Kasmin Diksha Pratishtita iti. Where is this Diksha resting means Satya iti Katham. So it is there in Satya. How? Yasmat Satye Diksha Pratishtita Tasmadapi Dikshitam Ahuhu. So you have to say the truth. Okay, that is what is said, Satyam Vada. And if you don't say the Satya, then your initiation is lost. Okay, upholding Satya is very important for the initiated person. The Karana, if it is spoiled, the Karya also will be spoiled. And similarly, if you do not uphold Satya, then the Diksha will become nullified. Therefore, Satya is the Karana and Diksha is the Karya. That's what Bhashyakara is pointing out here. So Satyehi eva Diksha Pratishtita iti. Kasminnu Satyam Pratishtitam iti. Where is this Satyam resting or the truth? Hridaye iti hovacha, in Hridaya only. Hridaye nahi Satyam janati. Only with your mind and intellect you know the Satya also. Tasmat Hridaye eva Satyam Pratishtitam bhavati. Only in the Hridaya Satya is Pratishtita. Evameva etad Yajnavalkya. So it is in this manner only. The rest of the things we will see next week. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.